Hi everyone, coming in. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've been live. This is so weird. Hello, loves. Oh, thank you, Erica. I've missed doing this too, honestly. It's unfortunate that this is the situation, but um I feel like this topic is so it's I don't know, it's not it is important because it's honestly such a learning experience to watch all these grown-ups act so childish, but I don't watch Messy Mark. Hi, Darkwing. Hi, everyone. Yes, the screen's supposed to be black. I know. I know, Victoria. I'm gonna plan on doing more like me on screen live streams, but for right now, your girls got off work, girl. I look like a hairy toe, so so yeah. But anyways, I don't have much time. My daughter right now is with at my mother's house with my stepfather, so she's being watched for right now. I'm at home by myself, so I have a limited amount of time to sit down with some privacy and no screaming child to talk about this. So, hi Giles. Thank you. Oh, thanks guys. I appreciate it so much. All right. So, yep, Alexa, I do remember that video. Actually, I was going to talk about that.
You want me to note I do remember that video, right?
Alexa, shut up! Not you, Alexa, on my YouTube live stream, but my Alexa. Anyways, so...
You want me to note I do remember that video.
Alexa, be quiet! Okay. Anyways.
Okay, noted. By the way, if you want to find one of your notes...
Alexa, stop. I regret getting Alexas. Alright, so let's go ahead and just get into this video, okay? So, and by the way, in case anyone asks, I am going to, make this video, public on my YouTube channel, so in case you come in, later on, just in case, I will have it on my YouTube channel for you to watch later on. Hi, Slay Deval, my baby. You're looking so beautiful, as usual. Alright. I'm sorry, Kevin. That's the problem with you-know-who's, with A's. They're so creepy and so, like, in tune with their name. It's weird, but anyways. Yeah, Erica. All right, so I was at work today, and it was a very slow day at work. And me and the girls were sitting down, and I was on Twitter, and I said something like, because I know people were talking about Tati was uploading a video because she put this teaser up on Twitter, and oh my god, my boyfriend's here. Anyways, Tati put this teaser up on Twitter, and I was one of those people who was like, girl, I don't have time for this. Like, because the last time she made a teaser was, I think, a few months ago, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's gonna be about, James, and it's gonna be about Shane and Jeffrey and all this, and it ended up being about Blendiful, which obviously, like, that's a big deal for her. It's a new release for her brand, and whatever, it was cool. So I was of the mindset of, I'm not gonna say shit about what this could be until I know that it's gonna be one way or the other, because I've seen people were getting hyped up about it and everything, and I was like, girl, I'm not wasting my time, I'm not wasting my energy. But when I saw the title, I was like, oh, okay. So immediately, thank God it was a dead day. I grabbed my little notebook that I have for work, and I saw that it was 40 minutes. I'm like, am I going to get away with watching a 40-minute video at work? Well, I did. Hi, Eleanor. Yes, Marissa. Absolute clownery. Yes, I'm going to call you A. Greenleaf. I'll call you Greenleaf because I can't trigger you-know-who behind me. But anyways, so, thank you, Eleanor. She's doing great. She's doing awesome. She's huge now. So anyways, I was on YouTube, so the video was 40 minutes, and I watched the video. And I did a bunch of notes that I wanted to bring up in a live stream, either a live stream or a video, and here we are now. So the number one thing that I wanted to say here is this. I have been very critical of Tati and her involvement in this from the beginning, just because it just didn't make sense to me. It really did not make sense to me. And it was so weird to see these grown-ass adults seemingly going after a 19-year-old out of pure jealousy. And so I even said it in my last video, I think it was, that I made on the subject, that Tati could get the smoke too, because she's just as guilty, because no one gave a fuck about James's mental health after what was, said about him publicly by Jeffree Star. And it was so gross to see these people going after him that way. And so going into this video was I made sure that I would go into this with an open mind. I didn't want to go into this not liking Tati or liking Tati, because I feel like if you go into it a certain way, no matter what she says, you're going to be influenced by your emotions. You know what I mean? So I try to go about this in a way where I didn't feel any way about her, because honestly I don't. So the number one thing I want to say is this. I personally feel like what Tati said in her video, everything that she laid out, I believe. For one reason and one reason only. And that's because she said she sought legal counsel. So to me, in my eyes, from what I know, everything that she was discussing must have been approved by legal counsel, because a lot of what was discussed was major. This wasn't just he said, she said. No, she said she had receipts, and she said she mentioned legal counsel more than once. This wasn't just a one and done. No, she mentioned it more than once, which leads me to believe that this is not over. And I hope that at the end of this, someone, I think it should be James, but someone needs to do something legally, because there was a lot of shit that was being said that shouldn't have been said by people who have no reason to say this shit. And the motives, everything that she talked about as far as the motives, was believable to me, because look at the track record of Jeffree Star. You know what I mean? So if I don't respond to your comments, guys, it's because I'm trying to get through this quicker. But I can go back and I'll respond to you guys once I put this up. So the first thing that was interesting, excuse me, when she said, I was listening to the wrong people. She said, I want to speak as much of my truth as I am legally allowed to, which was another big one that I was like, So that was when she first said that in the first few minutes, when she said, I want to speak as much of my truth as I am legally allowed to do. That was my, I feel this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Okay. I wrote down here that she was reading off something, and she later on says that she did read off of something that she had wrote. I'm assuming what she had written was something that had been, like I said earlier, approved by legal counsel to say. And she goes on to say, it won't ever have the opportunity to heal until I uncover the truth completely from all parties involved. Which led me to believe this is not going to be the only video, which obviously we've seen now. We've seen now that Ryland is going nuts on Twitter, or he was earlier when this video first released. Then we saw Shane acting like a madman, going after her in the video and trying to make her out to be a liar, when it's like, dude, no one's gonna believe you at this point in time. Like, it's this. Okay, I'll get to that in a little bit. She says, I lost over a year of my life terrified of social media and terrified of speaking up against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into uploading my video in May of last year. This was a big one for me because there she literally says, she calls out, goes on to call out Shane and Jeffree for basically manipulating her into making that video and basically agreeing to it. Now, that's another reason why I feel like this is all true, is because that in and of itself, saying that the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into uploading, and then to go on later on and say their names directly and accuse them of that, that can be legally, if she didn't have the proof on her end with her lawyers to back that up, she could get in trouble for that. Number one. She says that she says that her and James have been in contact and made amends since the events of last May, changing the I'm trying to keep up with your guys' comments, but you guys keep commenting so fast. May of last year, she apologized to James, apologized to Jackie Aina, which was a big one for me. I thought that was pretty awesome to hear. Finally, to hear an apology to Jackie Aina. She goes on to say that, I'm sorry. She goes on to say that she refutes claims that she called James a you-know-what or a danger to society. And she calls the allegations against James made by Jeffree Star horrific, because they are. She says, I made my video as a result of all the poisonous lies that were fed to me, and this is where it is. I made my video as a result of all the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. And that's when I knew she did not come to fuck around. Hi, Lacey, baby. She did not come to fuck around. She had the time, finally. It just, the whole video to me, like I said, I've been very critical of her for so long because her involvement in this was just very weird from the beginning to me. It didn't make any sense. And a lot of people took it when she first made her video as, oh, she's just pissed off because James used Sugar Bear hair. And yes, I am, Allie. And she's pissed off about it. And that's what I still feel like it was, that she mentions it too, that was the straw that broke the camel's back in her eyes. And that's why she decided to go on and go forth with the video back in May. Now, the one thing that I got from this also was that she did not take back what she said about James in her video in May, which was very interesting. So, I'll pause for... Yeah, there's no image, guys. Who's he? But anyways, it's a big thing that Tati did not retract any or take back any of what she said in her video back in May. That was interesting. It's interesting to me that this is all now the only thing that seemingly Shane and Ryland are going to respond to after everything that's been coming up all over the internet all this week. Now they want to respond to this. That's suspicious. And Jeffree Star himself has been so quiet. And it's interesting because there has been talk, I've seen people on Twitter saying that this one, unfollowed this one, Jeffree unfollowed Shane or whatever. I forget which, correct me if I'm wrong. Someone unfollowed someone. Shane, I think it was Shane that unfollowed Jeffree on Twitter or something like that, or Instagram. This is becoming much bigger than what I originally thought it was going to be. I always felt like this was going to be addressed, and I was hoping that it would be addressed because for so long I did not understand how the fuck Jeffree and Shane and Tati got away with this bullshit for so long and didn't face any backlash. Now, obviously, this was all against James Charles, so obviously it was up to him. If there was anything going to happen, it had to be James, since he was the one that all these disgusting, horrific allegations are brought against with no proof. That's another thing I want to bring up too. I watched the Blair White video, and I was going to make a video about the Blair White video in response to it, but it just, I can tell you one thing, okay? I think a lot of people people are still on the fence about whether or not how they feel about Blair White and what she had said. I for one personally, I hate seeing people say, okay, well, it's, and but you know what, maybe I shouldn't say I hate it, because it makes sense. Blair was in a catch-22 situation. She really was, because she was damned if she released the voice note, which she didn't even have in the first place to release, and she is damned if she doesn't, because everyone at this point, they want to know what this is. Is this voice note real? Now, what's interesting about the voice note is that a lot of people were bringing up, and someone already said it here in the live stream earlier when I first started, was that Shane had made a video, and I watched that video. That was one of the first videos I'd watched from Shane in a long time, where Shane talks about deep fakes, where people can literally make whoever they want say whatever they want just by the power of editing. Like it's amazing what people can do nowadays. And I can't help but wonder, what if that's the case? You know what I mean? And ever since, I forgot who first said it. Someone said it on Twitter first, and I saw it again on here. If that's the case, this goes so much deeper, because then that would mean that he had to have, if allegedly, if that's the case, let me protect myself. Allegedly, if he were to go that far as to fabricate a voice memo to go against James Charles, what motive? What could James have done to deserve something like that, to have all these grown ass people come against him? But at the same time, it honestly is so sad, because if there really is a victim, I cannot imagine what it must be like to be in their shoes right now, watching all of this go down. And I've been reading, I've been on Reddit before bed when I have some time to myself and the baby's asleep. I've been on Reddit, I've been reading everyone's comments, I'm on Twitter and everything. And it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a victim, if they didn't come forward. I would be terrified to be the victim at this point. Obviously, I hope there isn't a victim. But the number one thing I want to say is this. People were saying, excuse me, people were saying, well, if this victim comes forward, it's going to be terrible for them. And it would be. Because imagine having your story that you didn't even, because I've heard people saying, okay, well, and even Tati mentioned it, that the clip that he has is just a clip, a piece of a much bigger conversation. I think she words it, which means we don't even know if that what he's passing around, for whatever reason, why he's even doing that is so gross to me. It just, how can you feel good about having something that sensitive in your possession and thinking it's okay to use it against someone for your own personal gain? That is, it's fucking disgusting. As an abuse survivor myself, if it were me, at this point, I mean, this is just my experience, fuck, I would be like, listen, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I can't. And I feel so bad. Again, I feel so bad for the victim. If there is one, we don't even know if there really is one. That's the problem. And I feel like people are using that one string to kind of pull either way. Well, if there is a victim, they're not going to come out. But if there is not a victim, then they made this whole thing for no reason, just because they're jealous. It's just disgusting what we're watching and what's being exposed by a lot of people now. I agree. That's LMFB. Yep. So, I don't know. The deep fake conspiracy theory is very interesting to me. And I know people were saying that jealousy would be the motive. Yeah, but it wouldn't only be jealousy. If you hate someone that much that you're willing to destroy their life by faking and a voice memo to pretty much end the career and livelihood of a 19-year-old, like that you just have issues at that point. Like, no one deserves that. No one deserves to have false allegations put against. That's just, ugh. I can't. But it's just, this whole situation is so, it is, Gabby. I completely agree. It is 1000% disgusting either way. Because no matter what, he's still using, even if it's fake or if it's real, why would you use something like that against someone? As it just, oh God, it's, I just don't understand. And I don't understand how people can still defend Shane. That's another thing that I've been seeing, especially now after Tati's video. I went onto the Twitter thread that Ryland had put when he was basically just fucking going after Tati. And why bring up her age? As a 40-year-old woman, listen, your fiance, husband, whatever the fuck you want to call him, has been exposed for some disgusting shit. And you haven't addressed a goddamn thing until now? Like, and like, what is, he's 30 something, if you want to bring up age. And he fucking, when he was 20 years old, sexualizing children on a fucking public platform, doing nasty shit. Like, who are you to bring up age when your fiance is no fucking different? And he thought it was funny. And fucking, when he said I was in a dark place, why is it always you're in a dark place? 11, 12 years old? I've been in many dark places as recent as 2 years ago. And nothing that I've gone through has ever made me a racist, has ever made me into doing shit like that. You know, doing pedophilic stuff. Is that even a word? I don't know if it's a word. Like, there's no excuse for it. There is no excuse for what he did. But you sit here and you try to rip apart Tati for coming up and telling her truth, supposedly, but you don't address the nasty shit that what your dude was doing. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's trash. They're all fucking trash. I'm sorry, like, I don't give a fuck. Trash all around to me. And I agree, see. Oh, I agree, Josepha. Oh, sushi, baby. Yell it from the mountains. Yes. Yeah. Sophie, and that is exactly what it is. He sees his meal ticket being shredded right now. Because at this point, I would be very surprised if the Smiths didn't press charges or do anything legally. I would be extremely surprised. And if that were to happen, it's over for all of them. Over. I agree, Christy. Yeah. I saw that his channels were demonetized. Yep. Tanya, I'm not for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were to find some sort of loophole to do something at this point. I mean, if you look at it, it's not just one video where he was doing nasty shit and saying nasty shit in regards to children and sexualizing children. There is a whole fucking catalog all around fucking Twitter, I think it's on Reddit too. There's whole lists of videos of him doing nasty shit and saying nasty shit. So at this point, we're seeing a pattern of behavior. You know what I mean? It's not just a one and done situation or thing. He did it for a very long time. And his video, girl, I laughed. I know I made a video about it already, but I cannot tell you guys. When I tell you I scream laughed at his video, I felt bad at first because it's like, maybe I shouldn't be Oh, I'm not worried about it. Vader's pig. If it happens again, it happens again. I don't really care at this point. But I shouldn't be laughing at things like this. But Shane, because I have never seen until like there's a line but one of my favorite bands. The band's called Brand New. I think the line goes, "I've seen more spine in a jellyfish." That applies to Shane Dawson. Like literally, he is a fucking coward. A coward. And even Tati called him out for being a coward. Yep. Yes, Brittany, I love Brand New. But did I lie? Did I lie? I've seen more spine in a jellyfish than on Shane Dawson, especially after all this. But what gets me is that I'm very interested in seeing the dynamic now shift, because I don't know if it's true, if anyone unfollowed anyone or what's going on. At this point, they're all trash trying to cancel each other. But we have seen now so many people speak out about Jeffree Star, and excuse me, and people have saying, he's been trash, he's been this, and people have said, people who have been closest to him saying, listen, I know him behind the scenes, I know him behind the camera when the camera's off, when he's not putting on a facade for the camera to act like this certain way. Like, it's true. People have been saying all this shit about him for so long, and it's like people ignored it until now, which whatever. Everything happens for a reason. I think that this is all happening now for a reason. But fuck, it's about goddamn time. Thank you guys. I don't think Nate's gonna get involved. I know people have been talking about Nate. I don't think he's. I would love to hear the shit. And you know who else I'd love to hear from is those damn Pomeranians he's got in the house. Because those dogs have definitely seen some shit in that house. If dogs could talk, girl, I would subscribe to all 6 of their channels to watch. IG King, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened with Thomas, to be honest. But yeah. Yep, Harley, absolutely, I agree. Especially for how long they were together. I can only imagine the shit that, especially in regards, oh, I forgot, that's what it was, or IG, about Thomas on, wasn't there some sort of, like, alleged relationship between Thomas and maybe that was completely the wrong person. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. Yep. Victoria, yes. Not fucking Diamond. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I agree, Super. Oh yeah. Which Tati called out, or no, was it Tati? Yeah, Tati called out when she said that YouTube contacted her to get her to take her video down because it didn't look good for YouTube. But you have bitch ass Shane Dawson on his fucking channel making all sorts of stupid ass videos, racist ass videos and shit. Like, but he doesn't. Girl, I'm tired. I'm so tired of it. And Morphe, girl. For so long, people have been speculating whether or not, I think it was Jaclyn Hill, which honestly, Jaclyn Hill, I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't a shareholder in Morphe, but girl, I know, Julie, I saw. Tanya, I haven't really seen Lipstick Nick, to be honest, in a long time. But here's the thing with Nate. Doesn't Nate have a business because of Jeffree, the weed business? I forgot what it was. I remember there being talks of some business that Jeffree got for. Hi, Sam. Love you, girl. Isn't there a business that, I almost said Sam, that Jeffree got for Nate? I don't think he's not gonna stop his own bag just to expose Jeffree. Unless he's got something major on Jeffree or whatever. Because Because I remember I thought there was talk of businesses that he got for Nate. Yes, Sam. Thank you. So, but overall, I'm just going to say this. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen in the next few days, because I don't think this is over. And one of the most jarring things that came from Tati's videos when she said, I think I quoted it here. Where is it? I think it was, she said something along the lines of, Jeffrey's gonna explode. Okay, here it is. He's gonna go off in regards to Jeffrey. He won't hold back, and we need to prepare. We need to prepare to forgive the people he's going to expose. I don't know what that's about, but I I believe that something's coming. I hope it does, Harley. I really do. Yeah, it is, Finetta. It is so crazy to see. And you know what? I people love to say, well, if you speak against Jeffree Star, you're a jealous, you're a hater, you're this, you're that, like, you're irrelevant. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bitch, okay? Jeffree Star has been trash for a very long time. I'm ashamed of myself that it took me so long to recognize that. I mean, I haven't supported him for quite a few years now. I think I mentioned that a few videos ago. But he's been trash for a very long time. And I think he's gotten away with so much shit unscathed for long enough. His karma's coming back to him. This is his karma. Everything that's coming forward now. Do you think Phil DeFranco is going to talk about this tonight? Probably. I don't know. Probably not. It's a lot. That whole video was so much. And you know what? It's so, the biggest, actually, the most, I take back what I said just a few seconds ago. The most jarring part of this entire situation was not when she said, this isn't over, he's going to expose, oh, did he, Sam? I'll have to watch after this. Was not when she said that Jeffrey's going to go off or whatever, he's not going to back down or whatever. It was when I watched Shane's live stream. I have it on my Twitter if you haven't seen it, which I think everyone's seen at this point. And he rolls his eyes at the point when Tati mentions the abuse she went through. He disregards everything. And then she mentioned in the video that she divulged in him. Is that the right word? Divulged? She confided in him, I should say. She confided in him about what she had gone through with her abuse. And this dude had the cojones to sit there in front of her and say, I'm an empath. I can feel your pain. Now listen, I believe in empaths. I believe there are people on this earth who are very sensitive to other people's feelings. I've met quite a few. I don't think he's one of them. I think he used that to get close to her, to make it seem like he actually gave a fuck, so she would confide in him. No, Vader's Pig, I don't watch Nick Snyder. It grossed me out to hear that was her experience with him, but I wouldn't put it past him. After everything that's come, it makes all the sense in the world that he's like that. It's gross. It's gross to what's the word? It's gross to feed on someone's naivety. Naivety? How do you, girl? I don't know. It's late. to use that against them. It's just disgusting. And I 2020 is a whole fucking mess, to be honest. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Sean. But at the end of the day, this whole, oh, let me read this comment. Yep. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone, for correcting me. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, I'm not being a shitty bitch. I genuinely appreciate it. Melissa, I think I shared it on my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter page, I shared it, and it's under, I quoted it, I retweeted it, and I put guilt at top. It's everywhere. You'll see it. Oh, thank you, Tanya, so much. I appreciate it. I do too. I really do. And that's another thing. Morphe. Speaking of Morphe, that's what I get to. Thank you, Emma. You said Ashley, Kyle. Speaking of Ashley, Alyssa Ashley officially put a request into Morphe to end her code for Morphe. So I'm hoping that I see the creators that I love and adore finally get rid of the fucking Morphe codes. Like, this company is, they've proven over and over again that they're trash, and it's like, it's time, it's done. Like, be done with it. Who else did? Jackie did too. Keep it going. Keep it going. I side-eye Gabriel, to be honest, still. Yeah, I had no idea that Jackie dropped it. I've been on here for the past 30 minutes. Yeah, Martina. Yes, people need to stay on Morphe's necks and get rid of fucking Jeffree. But at the same time, they're not going to get rid of Jeffree. Thank you, Vader's Pig. $50. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of Ashleys. Oh, yeah. Allie, I did too. And that goes back to me being hard on her. I've been hard on her for so long, ever since this video. I loved Tati. I loved her content. I love how, Sarah, I'm going to have this on my channel later on. I really liked Tati. I loved how chill and relaxed it was on her channel prior to this. But I'm telling you, everything that Jefferson Starship puts his grimy little fucking fingers on turns into mold. And we've seen it how many times? How many friendships? He called everyone else bad friends, but he's the common denominator. At that point, when all these friendships have ended and you're the one that's always bad-mouthing everybody, but no one, like everyone else who was friends together are now friends afterwards and they're doing fine and you're the only one who's out of the... Clearly, you were the problem. Like, let's be real. Yes, Natalie. I absolutely adore Manny. I really do. Sushi, do not summon the Antichrist demon from hell. Please. We don't need that demon making another appearance ever again. I absolutely love Manny. And I'm telling you this because I've loved him since... When did I first watch Manny? When did he first start hanging out with Jaclyn Hill? 2015, 2016? That was the first time I'd seen him. And I loved his content. I loved his personality. I still do. I fucking adore the kid. I'm telling you, his content is so cute. His makeup collections that he has are so... I have a few palettes from him. I love the quality. They're so good. The lip glosses, the liquid lipsticks, fucking bomb. I love them. Vader's pick. At this point, it's so hard to find someone on YouTube that has not... And let's go back into that before I get off here. It's so hard to find people who haven't social climbed Lizard King, no. We are not triggering in the you-know-whos, but thank you for the $2. Yeah. Manny, listen, I've had the pleasure of speaking to Manny personally, and he is genuinely one of the kindest individuals, influencers, I should say, that I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. Ever. And I've had a couple. Actually, only two. It's just him and one other person, but it's he is so sweet. I don't think so, Miss RM. If he did, I don't know anything about it. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, Alexandria. Steph, I think it's about time, and I also think that it's if Morphe has any hope to get past this, you know, with just scratches, they might want to get rid of the biggest issue. And the biggest issue in this situation is, of course, Jeffree. Yes, Emmy. Yes. I agree, Scarlett's brain. He is funny. He's so funny. Like, I just love him. He's so funny. Exactly, Zelda. Allie, yes, I did. I do. I did. Yes, I do think this is it. I really don't think that Shane is going to get past this. I don't think that he's going to be able to jump back from it. It's just, it's not, he can't get past this. With all the evidence against him, with all the videos of sexualizing children and shit, and the racism, it's done. He's done. And that's why Ryland is so pissed, because he sees the life that they had built because of Shane, and now because of Jeffree, because of all the collaborations they did with Jeffree Star Cosmetics, it's going down the drain. This is it. Yeah. Yep. He is. Especially with the channel being demonetized now. No, he's done. Yeah. Yep. Emma, I kind of felt like that too, but at this point, I'm confused, because I'm not confused. I'm more conflicted, because on the one hand, I want to believe the best in Tati and her intentions in making this video and everything, and I do think that this video needed to happen, and people were waiting for this to happen. People were expecting this to happen, but at the same time, it's like, I can't get past the fact that she actually went through with it. You know what I mean? Oh, Natalie, we know he's got a lot of money, and we know he pays people. There are plenty of examples of him paying people. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I agree, Lizard King. You know, I don't like to talk about people's relationships. If that's the truth, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's like, if I were Rylan, I wouldn't want any part of that. But at the same time, it's like, he already knew about Shane's past. He had to have known about those nasty ass videos, and he was okay with it back then. So it's like, what do you know? Do you think things would be different if James Charles was on video with her like he wanted? I think it would be, I don't know. It would be interesting to see him on camera with her, just to see people's reactions. I don't think people would be ready for that kind of video. And I'm actually glad that he wasn't, just because I feel like, I think it would have, because people are already kind of trying to find ways to discredit her video for this reason and that. if he was in the video, I feel like people would have been like, oh, he manipulated her into making this video, and it just would have started a whole new argument. People are still gonna say that, but it's, I don't know. All right, people are saying that Phil spoke on it. So, Phil DeFranco, I kind of want to watch that video. Plus, baby girl's gonna be home here pretty soon, so I got to get off here soon. Do you think Shames will come out with his own response? I hope so. I really do hope so. I think it's time. I think it's time for everyone that's been canceled by the hands of Jeffree Star or whatever. It's time they come out. I really do think so. It's time. Because at this point, like Tati said, you're either on the side of the truth or the side of those two fucksticks. You know what I mean? Like, there's no getting around it. She's no better. I still stand by that. I think that she was still shitty of a person to get involved in that and do that out of spite, because it was out of spite. But it's time for people to come and speak their truth. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree, Garden Girl. Eslita, no. I don't think it's absolute, but at this point, her truth, her video, and what she said, and according to how she worded certain things, and the fact that she brought up legal counsel more than once, and she said, that she's only saying what she can within her legal limits, it makes me believe that there's truth to what she's saying, because I would imagine she must have a lot to be able to speak on things like that in confidence. You know what I mean? Especially on a video like this. I agree, Alexandria. So yeah, my thoughts is I believe Tati. I think she's got a lot of shit, and I'm very interested in seeing what comes from Jeffree. If anything does come from Jeffree, I don't think he's gonna tuck his tail between his legs and run away like he has been for very much longer. I think that I agree with her when she said that he's gonna go off and he won't hold back. I personally, my heartstrings were tugged with her video, despite how I felt about her before. So, Ginger, I don't blame you. My head hurt watching everything like come to light over the last few days. My head just hurts from everything. I agree, Harley. Yeah, I agree. I'm sure he's seething right now in his big old pink castle. He's fucking pissed. I guarantee it. I agree, Mary. But that's the thing, Mary, is that I agree with you. And I said that too in my Twitter thread. I think it was yesterday. This if actually it was after the Blair White video was released. If there is a victim, if there really is a voice memo, this should not have been taken care of online. The fact that there's a voice memo that even exists should not have been put out into the public. You know what I mean? It should have definitely been dealt with behind the scenes. Oh, I agree, Mia. All right, guys, I gotta go. She's gonna be here soon, so it's time for me to be a mommy. But I will be on Twitter, and I will have this video up for you guys to watch if you missed it later on. If anything does pop off, I will do a live later this weekend. I do have plans, and I hope you guys stay safe for the holiday weekend. Stay safe, stay home, wear a mask, wash your hands. You know the drill. It's been drilled into our brains for the last 3-4 months now. But I love you guys all, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Wait, how do I end this? Here I go, being a dumb bitch. Oh, here it is. Okay. Bye. Love you.